Members of the media present, good day. The Communications Directorate of our government, led by Mr. Gina, I wish to extend a special welcome to the members of the media present today, and thank you very much indeed for making the time to attend this media briefing. The purpose of today's briefing is to report the steps taken so far by the government following recent incidents of food safety challenges, which have impacted vulnerable communities, particularly children and learners. As we confront the current food poisoning crisis, it has become clear that what is unfolding is not just a health but a security threat to public safety of the people of KwaZulu-Natal. Over the past 3 decades, our country has seen an unprecedented rise in the phenomenon of Spaza shops, many of which are found in backyards of our township and rural areas. The one unique feature of these Spaza shops in KwaZulu-Natal and elsewhere is that they are predominantly operated by foreign nationals. The second aspect, as we have now established, is that many of them have been operating illegally, with very little adherence to regulation or subjecting themselves to regular health or other inspections. Research by the Accenture Africa found that there are over 150,000 Spaza shops in South Africa, estimated to the value of 178 billion. This is larger than the country's largest retailer, ShopRite, with 149.55 billion market value. Since the beginning of September 2024, a total of 890 incidents of food-borne illness have been reported across all provinces nationwide. Among the worst affected has been Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, while Limpopo, Free State and Mpumalanga also recorded incidents of food poisoning. Some of the major cases in KwaZulu-Natal incidents are as follows. On 21 October 2024, 43 people or children from Engaqa Primary School in Mtubatuba fell ill under allegedly consuming snacks sold by a local van. On the 30th of October 2024, 5 learners from Bongucele Junior School in Mzumbe were rushed to the clinic after consuming food bought from a Spaza shop. Following a probe authorized by His Excellency the President of the Republic, it was discovered that some food products sold at these shops contained toxic chemicals, allergens and other harmful substances. These were found to be linked to the health issues, food-borne illness, and fatalities. Following a special cabinet meeting on the 15th of September 2024, it was announced some measures by the President of the Republic, which entailed that Spaza shops which have been implicated in the deaths of children be closed with immediate effect. Within 21 days from November 2024, all Spaza shops and other food handling facilities be registered by municipalities in which they operate. Therefore, a massive campaign or door-to-door to inspect all Spaza shops, tuck shop and other informal traders be undertaken. Integrated multidisciplinary inspections teams must be, in fact, engaged on the compliance inspections of food handling facilities, manufacturers, distributors, wholesaler and retailers. All non-compliant business and shops linked to poisoning incidents or fined to unlawfully stock hazardous chemicals be shut down. Any shop that does not meet health requirement will be closed. The South African Police Services and other law enforcement agencies must investigate, arrest, and prosecute offenders. Currently, all organs of state, including the provincial executive and municipal council, are busy in their roles, implementing a multi-sectoral relief rehabilitation plan to deal with the effects of the disaster. All incidents and data related to this national disaster are being reported to the Provincial Disaster Management Center and also the JCPS cluster and transmitted to the National Disaster Management Center. The Minister of Corporate Governance and Regional Affairs, Honourable Thamsanqa Ntuli, has already issued the standard draft bylaws for township economies. The primary objectives of these bylaws is to boost township economies by creating a supportive environment for small business, focusing on economic inclusion, job creation, and empowering local communities. The program is also aimed at mobilizing municipalities around a common agenda and collective responses towards inclusive local economies and curbing illegal business operations in township. The issue of trading permits by municipalities to Spaza shops that meet requirements, in fact, is one which is of importance. Creation of the awareness regarding the application process and applicable policies, bylaws, assisting and supporting applicants in the application process, administering the processing of applications and the timely processing of applications within a set period, and establishing and maintain a database of registered permitted business, including citizenship status, passport number, Section 22 asylum seeker permits, Section 24 refugee permit, valid visa allowing foreign nationals to be in the Republic to work or conduct business. All provincial levels, all municipalities have been directed to customize the bylaws and implement them accordingly. The bylaws directed that a plan be developed at every district municipality to address the undocumented foreign nationals who are illegal operating Spaza shops and those selling illicit and expired goods. This is to be done through raids with environmental health practitioners as well as law enforcement by the Department of Home Affairs, Social Development and Agriculture to check for illicit and expired goods. Accordingly, on the 15th of November 2024, together with the Honourable MC for Kokta, as you are aware, I addressed a special meeting of the municipalities to outline the intent and purpose of the bylaws regulating Spaza shops in the Republic of South Africa. Due to a high number of non-compliance businesses in KwaZulu-Natal, the province is now carrying out inspections on a regular basis. So far, since the start of November 2024, we have inspected 249 businesses. Actually, for now, the number is sitting at more than 300 Spaza shops in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. As the Premier of the province, I have been in the forefront of these operations, recently alongside the Provincial Commissioner and the police, which have led to the confiscation of goods valued at more than 30 million and the arrest of several undocumented immigrants. We found many to be trading without valid business license, no permit, trading without a valid certificate, non-compliant with standards. Those selling expired foods and the expired goods were confiscated and removed from the shops, while we found a total of 99 Spaza shops which were not compliant. As a result, all those Spaza shops were closed down, 99 Spaza shops. The Provincial Commissioner Mkhwanazi has already convened a provincial joint meeting to develop the provincial response plan of the Justice and Crime Prevention Cluster. On the 26th November 2024, the Provincial Commissioner issued an instruction to the district joints to include integrated law enforcement operations focus on spaza shops in their festive season plans with immediate effect. As the department responsible for environmental management at the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, will continue to undertake activities relating to the disposal of contaminated food. Some of the key strategies identified to address this complex problem are the regulatory measures, where the strengthening the regulatory framework to ensure compliance with health and safety standard will be considered. Law enforcement, enhancing enforcement efforts to shut down non-compliant spaza shops and prosecute offenders. Support strategies, providing training, resources, and support to spaza shop owners to improve their operations and ensure compliance with regulations. Implementation of these strategies will require collaboration among government departments, law enforcement agencies, health organizations, and community stakeholders. And the provincial government is engaging communities to support law enforcement and regulation efforts, as well as educating communities regarding the risk and food security. The province will also engage regional leaders to be aware of these latest developments of spaza shop, because these are built in areas under Makosi and in township. And I must say already, some of the regional leaders on their own, they've started to engage the communities, inviting our office, especially here in Mkungundlovu, of Wampomoza, had an engagement with the community. And they were able to identify those illegal spaza shops assisted by the departments in our government. The Department of Community Safety and Liaison will embark on societal education on food safety as part of their safety campaign, which we have already started. And all the SAPS district joints will include integrated law enforcement operations, focusing on spaza shops in their festive season plans with immediate effect. We have taken a decision as the Provincial Executive Council that all the MECs are going to lead programs of operations to inspect spaza shops, wholesalers, and warehouses in our province. I think you are all aware of the recent discoveries in eThekwini, where in a warehouse, 2 warehouses that are keeping goods which are actually entering our country or our province through our port, were discovered to be non-compliance with goods which are counterfeit, illicit goods, and also the poisonous substances, even the goods which are expired, some without expiry dates, all were meant to be consumed by the people of this province, were meant to be sold to the people of South Africa. And as the provincial government, we are aware of the impact that this kind of import has on the local economy. Since some of the goods which are brought into our province and our country, they compete with the local businesses or local production. In the 3 containers which were full of the counterfeit goods, the big names that you know of the brands people wear in their clothes were there, which those were meant to present competition in our province and competition in our country, that had to make those who are producing legally, in fact, to be weak and even close down because of the competition. These activities which are illegal, they're not only impacting on the lives of the people or of the children, it also affects the economic growth of our province. Hence, we will be leading the campaigns to ensure that everyone is compliant. The government of KwaZulu-Natal will be analyzing the report from the Department of Culture that they will be soliciting from municipalities, the list of the Spaza shops, and we have agreed and resolved as the Provincial Executive Council that we are setting aside money to support the original owners of the Spaza shops, so that when the Spaza shops are closed, which are owned by the undocumented foreign nationals, we will be affording the people of KwaZulu-Natal support financially, even through empowerment, so that then they will continue with their businesses. Hence, Spaza shops, in fact, they create thousands and thousands of job opportunities in areas which are rural, townships, and all areas of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We have just received a report on the statistics on the gender-based violence, where in Inanda police station in our province is leading the whole police stations in country in the number of cases. And Umlazi is amongst the first police stations in the whole country. As the government of KwaZulu-Natal, we have planned to have dialogues in those areas, to have structures that are fighting crime being analyzed in those areas and being supported in order to ensure that we have the scourge against this violence against women and children. And we are calling upon everyone in the province of KwaZulu-Natal to stand together with us as government in protecting women and children against gender-based violence. I wish to thank you for coming today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honourable Premier. That was very clear, loud and clear, but let me not deprive members of the media an opportunity to pose questions. Let's say by the show of hands, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, Mr. Mboto, 5, let us go with the 6, you noted. Okay. 1, let's go. You can introduce yourself, then ask a question.
Hi, Premier. From the witness. I want to know, you did mention that 300 have been visited, 99 have been closed down. How many have been registered in this period, the period that was set out by the President, or the opportunity to give them? Do you have those stats of what are the numbers looking like, or how many new Spaza shops have been registered in this period? I want to talk about the imbalance, especially in Umsunduzi. We have more foreign-owned Spaza shops and supermarkets than we do ones that are owned by South Africans. What do you think is the cause of that imbalance? Where are South Africans being deprived of an opportunity to open up their own shops where it's easier for, I would assume it's easier if there's more foreign nationals? Okay. And I want to know, have you identified any hotspots, if I can put it in that sense, where it's been places that have been that have more of these illegal Spaza shops that have been linked to any of these sicknesses or foodborne illnesses? And I'd just like to bring to your attention that we also did have an incident in Umsunduzi Mbali, Sinamanga Primary School, where learners were taken to a local clinic after they had ingested some food from the Spaza shop.
Thank you, K2. Although the period for Spaza shop to register have not yet ended, it's still in the process. But thank you. Second, number 2. Yes, Makuma.
We've seen on social media there's been
pending where at some of these Sizakala centers where these people who, or shall I say owners of these Spaza shops who are basically posing as the main owners of these Spaza shops, but they are basically there to register for foreign nationals. We've seen it on social media, there's a lot of concern around that. Bringing it back home here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, have we seen some of these trends occurring, and if so, how is the government dealing with that?
Thank you. Number three. Number three behind Mr. Mboto.
Now, abantu beyibaza shopper abayazi indaba yokuregister okanye bazovele bayishayeliva indaba yokuregister lezi baza shop ekuthiwa ke abayiregister. Enye into futhi i-issue of sorry. Okay. Kula surate khona lezi impahla okanye lokudla konakele niyani nithatha nikushonise kuphi? Because now another fear is that what if lokudla lokho okugradwayo kuyaphinde kuyabuyela futhi as a shop kuyodayiswa emva kwayo le registration ekuthiwe na ayenziwe. Ngisacela ukuba nawo kwamanje nayo futhi niyibuzisele. Ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga, Mr. Mboto.
Thank you. Just three questions. On the issue of enforcement, bylaw enforcement, because these incidents are happening in municipalities. And local government is not at its strongest in KwaZulu-Natal. There are municipalities who are failing to enforce bylaws. You have a poster, an elections poster for the May 29 elections that has not been removed. Why should people believe that suddenly municipalities are going to be able to enforce rates and ensure that there is compliance within all of these shops? Secondly, on this fund that has been set up, has it been set up or is it just being contemplated? How much has been? How much capital is there, and is it already accessible, or is it something that is going to be rolled out? And lastly, perhaps I note that Inanda and Mundazi police stations are rated at the top as having the most violent incident. Where does police station feature? Because we have a number of incidents, Peter Marisbeck people, that you can attribute to that police station. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Mboto. Number five.
How much funding has been allocated to these interventions, and how will be monitored to prevent corruption and misuse of the safe funds that are being allocated?
Colleagues, we're only going to have one round because this is what do we have a final hand that's like not a second comeback, but a new hand that has not asked a question because we don't want to keep the Honourable Premier too long. Okay, let me not deprive you. What is that burning question?
The burning question would be what measures in place does the Premier and his office have to make sure, or to ensure that this pandemic does not repeat, especially la KwaZulu-Natal, singaphinde sizwe ukuthi khona ingane ezifayo zibulawa ilokudla konakele okanye ilama-snacks alokuthi.
only if we had that superpowers. But thank you for your question. Thank you so much. Thank you, Honourable Members. Honourable
No,
Premier.
thank you, members of the media, for the questions. For now, because Papasha, the process of registration is on progress, I will be not giving details, except that we have agreed on the 27th in the Provincial Executive Committee that the Department of Atia must lead meetings or engagements at local municipality level with the owners of Spaza shops with the purpose of assisting them with the process of registration. So I will be looking forward to the report by the Department of Atia, which will be able to tell us whether all of them were engaged. You recall that in a meeting with the mayors in eThekwini, the instruction was categoric that they must go back and ensure that all Spaza shops are registered. So the exercise is taking place quite actively, but we are thinking that more intervention requires us to be hands-on to assist municipalities that may not, in fact, have capacity to do it. Well, even the issue of Msunduzi. Msunduzi is one of the areas which I've recorded that I'll give them special attention on a number of issues around Msunduzi, which I'm aware of. I will be giving special attention. In fact, I've had discussions twice in the cabinet pointing to the need of getting closer to Msunduzi to try and turn around challenges in Msunduzi, starting from the governance of the municipality and also the issues that impact directly on the society. There are a lot of issues we have on the table pertaining to Msunduzi. The reason for Spaza shops owned by the undocumented foreign nationals to be more is the competition. You see, the goods that they sell, which do not enter our borders, being authorized to enter, that are not even paying tax, even the manufacturing of those goods, they present a competition because the original owners of the shops, the Spaza shops, they buy to normal wholesalers. You find that when you go to them, their prices are quite lower than the original prices of the good. Hence, it presents unfair competition. As I've indicated that when we went to the warehouse, you won't believe the quantity of the goods which were there. I'm talking about the brands that you are even wearing today, which were going to compete with the brands that you'll find in shops. I wasn't aware about Sinamuva Primary School. Thank you very much for that information. Tunga Makamo, on the issue of non-compliance, if I recall well, is that we have closed already 99 shops as we speak, and we'll continue to ensure that we assist the owners to be compliant. For the fronting, wherein they will behave as if the inspections, they're not an event, they will continue. We're going to sustain the inspections. They're going to continue. We might have visited the Spaza shop, and again, the teams will be visiting again the Spaza shops to ensure that the owners are the rightful owners. For rural communities, operations are also taking place there, especially under Ilembe district. His Worship the Mayor, because we said they cannot wait for the Premier. Mayors, they must continue. As a result, I have a report about the operation which took place under Ilembe district. It may be not in Dwetwe, but already in Kandla, to make an example, there's a rural community, operations has taken place there. The expired food is taken by the police for evidence to court. The bylaws will be helping municipalities to enforce the bylaws. The fund, we resolved on the 27th, this Wednesday, that all departments, they must set aside the fund. And then I will be able to announce the exact amount at that time. And we will ensure that corruption will not find its future when we actually support the people of KwaZulu-Natal.
Thank you, honourable members. What I will do, will allow the Honourable Premier to fulfill his business of the day inside. If those of you will be patient enough, when he comes back, he will conduct a one-on-one interview.
I'm sorry,
Thank you. He will come back, the Premier will come back. So I will vote. Let's have lunch for now. One waiting, let's have lunch. I choose a boy. Let's have lunch though. We are voter. Who's a voter? He's 18. Oh,